Hello everybody, Iain Robson here for an episode of Smithfield Farm. Alright, so this is the farm that I made the old school series on. For those people who remember, this is the forestry edition. And same farm, as you can see, this is the field I did a lot of work on. They actually adjusted it a little bit, so I can't remember if this is the same size, but this seems really large in comparison to what I remember. Anyways, so we're messing around on Smithfield Farm. We are right in this area right here, basically. And we have these 3 or 4 fields right there. So I picked up a few pieces of equipment, and I've just gone for a lot of the classic, or older equipment, I should say. So got a International Harvester 986 with a front loader. Got the Ford 3000, the Farmall 560 diesel, the Case 1370, and the Vicon feed mixer, which is a bit new, but oh well. Straw chopper, the McHale baler, and the Agromet. I don't know, you can call this a rake, I guess. Anyway, so I picked up a few pieces of equipment, as you can see. So I figured we'll have a little bit of fun in this map, do an episode or two, just, you know, have some fun. Consider it one of those having some fun episodes again. This one will be more, this is a Welsh farm, I believe. If memory serves, at least. So, might as well get started. We got our old school sickle bar mower here, which apparently is underneath our International there. Can I fold this up more, or is that how it folds up? No, that's how it folds up. Now the funny thing is, this is the reset point here, but I'm not sure where how you're supposed to get out of here. Oh, here it is, right here. All right, let's open up the gate here. There we go. Let's get out of the way. All the gates do have collisions on them, if memory serves, so you have to be careful with these gates on this map. I believe, actually, Grant from Scottish Gaming Guys and Bipolar Prophet are playing on this map. And they are doing forestry on it, though. Why do they all open up towards you? That makes no sense. Jeez. Anyways, as you can see, I have a ton of money. This is just, like I said, just for fun, so I didn't really care about the money. I just gave myself a chunk and decided to have some fun with it. Alright, let's lower this sickle bar mower here. Turn it on. Nice. Alright, so a couple people asked me about for this. I believe one person stands out in my mind specifically is Craft Farms. I believe he asked for it. How fast can I go with this? Can I go past 15? Can I go 20 kilometers an hour? Looks like I can. Can I go past 20 kilometers an hour? Oh, apparently we can go really fast. Let's go with 15, because that seems a bit more appropriate. Anyways, Craft Farms was the one who actually asked for this a while back, and I like the map. It's not an American-based map, but I kind of have all American-style equipment. But it is a pretty nice-looking map, so I figured, what the heck? Let's have a little bit of fun on it. By the time this goes out, I think that 2015 or FS15 as they're calling it, or Farming Simulator 15. I imagine it will probably be out by the time this this goes live. That's my guess, at least. At this time recording, what is the date today? The date is October 21st. So as of right now, I already have the rest of the month recorded already. So I'm a little bit ahead, and I'm not exactly sure whether I should continue recording Idaho and Missouri or just to do some other stuff. So I just figured I'll try some other things, have some fun on some other farms while I'm at it. So I guess I'll record an episode here, and I'll maybe record an episode somewhere else. We'll see. But I figured I'll have some fun, just mess around with some of the different maps I haven't played on before. You know, kind of a different style, I suppose. Instead of doing a full-on Let's Play on the map, do like a one-off, as some people might call it, I suppose. I think that's the expression I used when I played on. What's it called now? The expression I used when I played on Hayfield Farm. I believe that's the same one I used, at least. So, yeah, it's kind of different. It's interesting when you think about this is the way they used to do it such a long time ago with all this style equipment right here. Having the sickle bar mower. That's how it all started, right? you know, you got to start somewhere in the farming world, and this is definitely the way it was started here. So it's I don't know. I think you got to admire, like, you know, the thing you have to really consider is that when this type of technology like sickle bar mowers was, you know, the thing that was done at that time. The reason why it was done was because farms were obviously smaller, and as farms got bigger, of course, things needed to, you know, adjust accordingly. And one of the ways they adjusted, of course, is getting bigger equipment and need bigger tractors and whatnot. But I don't know. I don't know what the actual statistics are on that, but I'm pretty sure that the average farm size it's gone from like a lot of farmers on smaller farms to not as many farmers on bigger farms, as far as I know. So I don't know. It's kind of a different way of going about it, I suppose. A different pace as well. Like nowadays, it seems like some of the farmers who have more land are, you know, frantically going from field to field to try and get everything done on time. But I don't know. It just seems like that's the case. Not for everybody, of course. There are people who still kind of have the old school way of doing things, but you can't have it all one way. You have to have a kind of a, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, so to speak. So I don't know. Unfortunately, a lot of the times the smaller types of farms just they just don't work out as well these days, because they're not profitable. You can't make enough money on them to survive unless you have like an off-farm income, of course. It's when you have those off-farm incomes is when things start to, you know, you can branch out to a certain extent, but it's very difficult to have enough money in order to support yourself these days. It's, well, even if you're not a farmer, sometimes it can be difficult depending where you live. I know some places like Detroit, for example, when they had the when a lot of the, I guess what would be car industry, I guess automotive industry was there, and then they got hit pretty hard by the recession a while back, and you know, that could happen to anybody. And same thing applies to farmers, of course. You know, they have to kind of, you know, progress with the times, I guess would be the expression I would use, because if you live in the past, you know, you're going to be left in the past to a certain extent. I wouldn't say all the time, mind you, but with farming at least, it does seem that these days you really have to be on top of a lot of stuff. You can't just sit back and relax and watch things pass by, because farming is progressing at such a breakneck speed. Like, you look at the technology and how much that actually progresses. It's amazing. You know, I think a few years ago they didn't have, well, a few years ago, but a while ago, let's say 20 years maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe they did have GPS and stuff like that 20 years ago, but it wasn't nearly as sophisticated as it is now, like adjusting variable seeding rates and stuff like that. It's really, it has progressed a lot. Like, even since the time I started following along and what agriculture and how it's changed a lot since I've seen it, at least. I was reading the Farmers Forum the other day, and one of the things they pointed out was the fact that there's one farm in Ontario that has 9 robotic milkers for their dairy herd. Like, 9 is ridiculous. Like, the amount of money those things cost by themselves is quite a lot of money, and then you add, you know, not having 1, not 2, but 9, just boggles my mind how that works out in that scenario. But they're all, admittedly, they're the ones that have the most robotic milkers in Ontario at the moment. They're, I don't know how big their particular herd is, but it is pretty big. So, well, big enough to warrant 9 milkers, right? So, oh well. I love hot lemonade. I don't know how you describe it. I've had this dilemma, or had this conversation before. Do you describe it as hot lemonade or warm water with lemon juice? I don't know. Either way could really work. So my plans, so I might play some more of this. We'll see. Let me know if you guys like to see a little bit more of Smithfield Farm. For now, I'm just going to do, like I said, this one-off on this farm. And then we can go from there. Maybe we'll do a little mini-series or something. You guys will have to let me know as to what you would like to see. and whether or not you'd like to see more of this or less of this, I guess is what I'm trying to say. This is the reason why I don't look backwards and drive. Although, in real life, you kind of have to do this, really. Kind of have to do the look back and forward and back and forth. It's probably driving me nuts. Anyways. But that's the way things go, right? I know, I guess if you had GPS, it wouldn't be so bad, but technically I probably could use the GPS mod here, but it's not really that necessary. You're going to have overlap regardless on this, with this old sickle bar mower. Perhaps I should have gotten something a bit newer maybe, but this does seem to work rather well regardless of that fact, but whatever. Yeah, so I think the idea on this farm is probably to have a few cows, just a small dairy farm. The dairy farm's actually up the road over there. And here is kind of like the main station, not the station, but the main area for the cows, or for the cows. This is your main farm type area here. And up there is of course, the dairy farm. I don't know where I don't think the forestry location is actually identified on the map. I don't think it is, at least. No. But, this is a forestry edition, so I could try forestry, I suppose. Funny enough, let me tell you a little story here. This is a story time with Iain here. I actually recorded this episode once before already with the forestry mod, and I recorded this morning, and I didn't enjoy recording it because the forestry mod I didn't get angry at it. I was just like, maybe not even frustrated is the right word, but just disappointed maybe is a good way of putting it. I was hoping for more, and last time I tried the forestry mod out, I was like, it's not really my thing, and I tried it again this morning, and I'm like, nope, still not my thing. It's just a little too buggy, and things just fly all over the place. I don't know, I just didn't enjoy it, let's say that. And I think when I recorded it this morning, I really felt like I didn't enjoy it, and I think that came through in my voice. So I don't know if I'm going to put that episode up. Maybe it'll be called the Lost episode or something, I don't know. I just know I didn't enjoy it that much, so I don't think I'm going to put it up. But it's disappointing because you hope that the mod itself will be really, really well done. My fear is that 2015 is going to be like that too. I don't know for sure, mind you, but it's possible it could be like that. I don't know, so we'll have to see what happens. I hope it's not going to be like that, but we really have no idea until it comes out. Like, at this point, there's only like 10 days left, or not even 9 days left before it actually comes out, so there really won't be many surprises soon, but at the moment, there are. Does that thing actually turn? Yeah, it does. Cool. Looks a bit odd to have a John Deere sickle bar mower with an old Ford tractor. Maybe not. I don't know. Nice. Stops up. Apparently 15 kilometers an hour is just a little bit too quick for me. Jeez. Anyway, so yeah, that's the reason why I actually decided to re-record it, I suppose, because the first episode I recorded with the forestry mod and planting some trees. Like, planting trees is really, that's very, straightforward, not really easy to do. However, let's say cutting down the trees is easy as well, but after that, when you have to handle the trees, that's where the problem comes up. Basically, it's not necessarily cutting down or planting. It really comes down to handling the trees, and when you have to handle the trees, it is not fun. I really didn't. Everything up until that point I didn't mind, but when I started having to handle the trees, that's when I was like, yeah, no, not happening. But that's just my take on it. I know other people enjoy it. I'm not one of them, apparently. So I just hope 2015 is going to be quote-unquote enjoyable to play in terms of the forestry mod. From what I've seen, though, it looks pretty solid, but it's we won't know until it's out. Let's just say that. Alright, nice. Let's see how much we can get done in this field before we end the episode. I don't know. We're like, maybe, I don't know. It's hard to say if we're halfway done the field or not. Like, the funny thing about this particular farm, if you look at it in the description here, where is it? Smithfield Farm is based on a real farm. The buildings, that's a misspelling mistake, are replicas of buildings found on the farm. The narrow lanes, tight gateways are where they are in real life. Big machinery was never used on this farm. It was run for years. The tractor is no larger than 90 horsepower, but it's not small. The farm is 180 acres. So this tractor, I think, is like a 55 horsepower tractor or something. 45 or 55 horsepower tractor. Like, I could easily use a 200 horsepower tractor or something much bigger to do what I'm doing here. And I may upgrade to something in the future, because this is a pretty small little sickle bar mower for this field. This is only one field, of course, and we have, whatever, 3 fields with grass planted on it. So if I were to do this with every field, it would just take forever. But luckily, there are upgrades available to us. And as of right now, I don't know how big. I think this is like 3 meters wide. I wonder how big the other mowers are. I think they're about the same, actually. Where is it? Tether windrowers mowers. I could go for something like this, actually. This might be a good option on this. How big is the 3 meters? Yeah, it's actually about the same size as the one I have right now. Because this is, I think, 2 meters. Let's just see. I think it's about the same, actually. Yeah, it's not much. It's not much smaller than that thing. The only difference is what it does with it. This just drops it straight in the ground, and you have to go through all the steps. In the other scenario, of course, you can just you know, do. I think you can actually have 2 different ones, and you can have one with the auto swather, and then you can have the actual pull behind mower as well. With the auto swather on the back, and then the front, you can have the front mower. And apparently that works well. I've seen Grant use that many times, and he does a really good job with that. I am not quite as good at mowing as he is, I don't think, but I suppose just like anything, you practice enough at it, you'll get good at it, right? So, or that's the idea, at least. I think what I might do is I may upgrade to the maybe the force grip, or maybe the, well, one of them that has a swather, and then just ted it from there. Maybe we'll see, because that's like a 6 meter head, so it'll be a little bit quicker than this. Because if I am going to have any kind of divs, it's going to take well, hours of my time in real life, let's say, or it'll feel like that at the very least, to get all this done. So, I know some people don't mind it, but I don't know. For whatever reason, I don't mind doing some of the old school stuff. Like, this isn't too bad. I don't mind using a sickle bar more, but plowing with a 1 meter plow, not so sure I would enjoy that for an extended period of time. But doing one field like this isn't terrible. But if I had to do the whole farm, I don't know. I would have to be watching a movie or something, I think, for that to be like, yeah, that's cool, whatever. That works out for me. But I know some people would not feel that way. So everyone's got different tastes. I'm used to playing on larger maps or larger equipment, or starting off with smaller stuff and getting larger equipment. So perhaps that's the reason why playing with smaller stuff doesn't always appeal to me. I don't know. That's just my guess, though. Alright, here we go. Nice. Alright, so I think what I'll do is I'll finish the rest of this off camera. And I think maybe we'll come back next episode. Well, let me know if you guys would like to see another episode or not, first of all. And if you would like to see another episode, I think we'll come back and ted this up, I think. That's the idea, at least. Yeah, I think that's what will happen. Let me know in the comments, like I said. Let me know if you'd like to see another episode, yes or no. If not, that's fine, I don't mind. I might keep playing on this by myself. Who knows? Anyways, my name's Iain Robson. This has been Farming Simulator 2013, playing on Smithfield Farm. Catch you guys later.